Okay, everybody, we are back with another standard deck profile. This time for Vex'ahlia, Resourceful Hunter from the Critical Role Challenger decks. This is my favorite Vox Machina character. Um, her and Keyleth are like my favorites. So yeah, I have two favorites. So her and Keyleth are my favorites. When I really tried to get Vex to work when she first came out, um, it was tough because like the ranged weapon attacks that kind of work with Storm of Arrows after the errata became really tough. So basically, we kind of just went back to the well after Attack on Titan came out because we got Line Up the Shot, which is a fantastic ranged weapon. The deck is off of Earth. It does attune some air, and I don't know if we attune any life cards or not. I don't think so. Looking. No, we don't attune any life cards. Um, but yeah, Vex gets to search out Mark Your Prey at the beginning of the game. It goes into your discard pile. And then at the start of your turn, you respond to add a copy. So basically, attacking your 7-hander, but you have an action. So it kind of circumvents the cool, hey man, I have this action stuck in my hand plan. Also, she gets to say the next ranged weapon attack I try to play ignores progressive and it gets 3 damage. It's actually pretty good with line up the shot. So like, if you could figure out a way to like have it be the only attack in your, and then find a way to commit her, that'd be great. Um, so we're gonna go in right into it. So line up the shot and storm of arrows kind of are paired together. Line up the shots is from Attack on Titan. It's a blitz. Its attack is the only. This is the only attack in your card pool. It gains throw, which is really important because that means you're doing guaranteed damage every time you play it as your first attack. Also, it sets up your storm of arrows. So they have to. Your opponent will have to deal with a 6 damage throw and then deal with possibility of 10 more damage coming with double storm of arrows with the echo. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. So this is just there for damage and to fuel storm of arrows at a 3x. Electric moth's one of the best 4 diffs on the symbol. It allows us to discard a card to draw 2 cards. Then if a rival has 10 or more foundations, we get to draw 3, which is fantastic. So it's just cycle draw. It allows us to kind of keep our hand up and get rid of the bad ones and find the good ones. Storm of Arrows, one of the good ones. Again, like I said, you can spend ranged weapon attacks from your card pool as if they were momentum to pay for this attack. So to pay for this attack's echo ability. So we kick the line up the shot to get to echo this, and then it goes face down, obviously. What's an Earth deck without playing Battle Order Release? Again, it's still easily one of the best cards. It will always be one of the best cards in the game up until unless something says flip 2 foundations, draw 2 cards, or you get twice as much damage, or whatever, or it's on a 3 diff. Who knows? But yeah, I'm just spitballing. One copy of Ogre Killer. It's basically a flip, stun 2, and an asset. We don't really have a whole lot of asset interaction on the Earth symbol. So this gives us that. It gives ways to commit VMEs if there's one, Dr. Chigaki's or Capes to protect our other cards. Flash Fire Fist, Hell Spider. One thing that Vex does lack is speed, and this allows us to pump up speed as the turn. So we play this, and then we can play the rest of our string, and then we can kind of just go in and just keep pressing. And then what's an Earth deck without Falling Skies? This is another kill con. It allows us for another throw, possibly. It self-stats. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 other high attacks in tandem with it, and it buffs itself. So it's never too bad to throw a 4 high for 6 throw, because we're playing a lineup to shot, which is basically the same stats, but on the mid. So actions, we play 3 Marker Praise. Obviously, we don't just play the 1. I think 1 is obviously the wrong answer because then you're not a character because the Deception Dagger. 2 is pretty good, but it's still kind of risky because you start with 1 in the pool and 1 in your deck, and if somehow you don't get the 1 out of your discard pile, I should say, before a Deception Dagger triggers, you're pretty much out your gimmick, and that sucks. It does give a little bit of speed when it's in your card pool. It makes your rival flip a foundation, which is great. Excuse me. Also in card pool, we mill one if we get an attack. Our range attack gets 3 damage. Otherwise, it just gets a normal damage. So really, our attacks could get 1/1 from it. So become mini Tokiyami. Going into our foundations, we got one of the best foundations in the game at 061 high pro hero number 10. Flipping foundations, our opponent, we don't want to flip stuff that we don't want to. So like if our rival makes us flip something, we get to unflip and draw a card, which is really great. Quick to act, still one of the best zeros in the game until it actually rotates, because getting free speed just for playing the game or getting hit is not bad. Shopushin's message from the Godzilla decks. After you play a block against Breaker 2, we want to tell our opponent to stop. Got some deadlock prevention at Steadfast Resolve. This is just better self-sack. I know self-sack had a -1, a 1 low block, but this is just way better because it's on response speed, and it's like really, really hard to deal with responses. So this allows us to, and plus if we're in deadlock and our opponent's attacking us, we can get out of deadlock if we have like just 11, or if we have 12 and 2 of these, we're allowed to get out of deadlock. Granted, deadlock responses and stuff. Some more card draw with Fearsome Transformations. This card's like in almost every deck I can play it in. Flustered, if we have a charge attack in our card pool, we can pitch a rival momentum or draw a card, and our charges are Electric Moth, Battle Aura Release, and Falling Skies. So it's really only on 3 attacks, which is kind of risky, but it does give us some momentum hate or card draw if needed. Resourceful gives us some speed hate with a low block. I was looking for some speed hate with a low block. Chivalrous Competitor. It's card draw when we need it, but really it's to stop flips and destroys. This is extra foundations to block with. We needed some more speed hate, so a 2 diff that gave us -3. I mean, it was pretty good. It's not as good as Special Sound, but hey man, it's still pretty good. We got Elvish Tutoring. I'm going to say this card's probably broken in all the Vox Machina characters, and even the ones that haven't come out yet. Especially if we have so much ancillary draw. Like, hey man, I need a Falling Skies to kill you. I'm going to flip, put it off to the side, shuffle my deck, put it on top, and then either Fearsome Transformation, Battle Aura Release, find a way to draw a card, and then we just kill you with the last attack in hand. Weapon Clash allows us to extend our builds. Also, we play a fair amount of flips, so this allows us to clean up our stage for the cost of -2 damage. It's a good return. Vast Strength's one of the best defensive cards in the game. Defension Pageant Queen, we hate being overrun by Smiling Titan, so we played at a 1x. Sets speed to 1, I'm sorry, for those who don't know. Incredible Display is Incredible Display. It goes in every deck that it can. New number 1, Speed Reset. That's all it's there for. We love giving -1 speed, or if someone dumps our speed, we give it, I've won games on the back of Return to Printed +1 speed, which is pretty sweet. Into the board, we got 2 copies of Referee Jury, 3 copies of Mikasa Defeats the Female Titan, so this allows us to block anything. It's great. Split Body Control is some board control for our rival, so if our attack is blocked, we flip our rival stuff. So if our rival is playing a lot of speed hate and ways to defend, we side these in to thwart their on-board answers. Vast Strength is to stop our rivals' cool effects from going off, and more Pageant Queen so we can block. Block zones go 20 high, 28 mid. We're a little light on lows, but we could always just side in the Mikasa's Defeats the Female if we need more low blocks. So that should probably just go in over like Elvish Tutoring. Elvish Tutor is actually like one of our win cons. Probably like the Weapon Clash, probably 2 Weapon Clash, and I would probably say that. Yeah, that's weird. So yeah, we'd figure out a way to get to 3 in there, and then we'd probably want to board this if we were having trouble blocking as well. So that's the Vex deck, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I can't wait for the new Critical Role set to come out in like in 2025. It's my favorite IP for next year. I know we have a bunch of new ones like Turtles, Guilty Gear, stuff like that, but I am ever since this had come out, I'm like I want the rest of the squad. And it sounds like we're getting both squads, maybe more. So that's awesome. I'm very excited. So thanks for watching, everyone. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you're excited about for the Critical Role booster set that's coming out in 2025, and let me know what you want to see from me. Otherwise, have a good day and take care of yourself.